Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Invention and Inclusive Innovation Initiative, also known as I3, Letter of Intent Application Process. My name is Alejandro Sandoval, and I will be your host today, walking you through how to apply using the NOVA system. Here you see that we're on the California Community College's Chancellor's Office landing page. We're going to need to go to the NOVA page. And to go to the NOVA system, you need to go to nova.ccco.edu, type that all up in your browser, hit enter, and you'll get to our login page. If you do not have access to Nova, please use one of the sign up links provided in the presentation for this webinar, or go to nova.ccco.edu and click Request Access to Nova. Here you can fill out who your employer is, the program you're requesting access to, which would be I3, right here, Invention and Inclusive Innovation Initiative, the activities that you need, and permissions for this, which would be application create, and any additional information that we might need that would be helpful in approving your requests. Thereafter, you'll get an email from the NOVA system with a link telling you to enter a password and create your account. Once you create your account, you go back here to the the nova.ccco.edu site, put in your email, put in your password, and log in. You'll see the navigation breadcrumbs on the left-hand side here of the system. You're going to click into Programs, scroll all the way down, and click I3. Then you go to Applications, and here you'll be able to create an application. Your system might look a little bit different because I'm an admin for Nova, so I have all these different privileges at the moment, but here you'll see that we have a disclaimer for when the applications close. So the I3 pilot participant funded application is due by 5 p.m. and no later, please, on February 22nd, 2022. The I3 pilot participant training only applications are due by the same time, 5 p.m., February 22nd, 2022. To create an application, you're going to go to the Create Application button up here on the top right. You're going to put your application name. Let's go ahead and use Nova walkthrough test. You're going to put the fund name. Here, the key difference is shown in the RFA, whether you're doing a funded application and you have interest in being funded at the $125,000 amount, or if you don't anticipate applying for the funds, but you still want to be a part of it, you might be selected for the faculty training only option, which in that sense you would only click this one and not the funded option. If you would like money attached to this grant, you need to click funded. So let's go ahead and click the funded option. The key differences between those two is that the funded option includes a budget and that the faculty training only option does not. So I will only be doing a walkthrough on the funded option, but they're very similar other than just one has a budget and one does not. Then you're going to click the lead institution that is applying. So Allen Hancock College is what we're going to use. It's the simplest one to select. Then you're going to click create application. So I'm not sure what happened there, but I went to my bookmarks, but it will populate under applications and you go to Nova walkthrough test or whatever you named your project for this funding. And you can actually edit that later down the road. And another key aspect that I want to point out is that you can your application up until the deadline. But please, please, please be sure that if you unsubmit, you don't forget that you unsubmitted, and then that the deadline comes around and it's in an unsubmitted state because you did not resubmit it. So you have to make sure it's submitted and you're set to go by the deadline. The application is very simple. Here you put the title if you want to change it, the description. Here, this is pre-populated, all these details. This is the funding year for this application, 21-22, and then the fiscal years that the application spans, which is 2. Here, it'll populate the contacts for the project that will be the lead. You can add additional contacts, but whoever the user is that created the plan or the letter of intent here is going to populate and get notifications when they submit. Here's the budget that you'll need to enter, and we do have guidance text on this. So please note grant funds may not be used for student stipends, internships, or other methods to pay students for participation in the Invention and Inclusive Innovation Initiative I3 pilot offering. Match is not required, but colleges are encouraged to show how other funds will be leveraged. So to add your budget, you're going to click New Budget Item, and then you go through each of the different object code categories and indirect costs that you're going to want to add to the budget. Provide a description of the expenditure. So we want to, depending on what type of program you're trying to fund, this would have some details to that. So let's say I'm trying to have a I3 initiative that's gonna be mainly focused on doing something with a manufacturing, and I need like 2 3D printers. This is just an example. This isn't, I'm not sure this is part of the RFA specifically, but so funds amount, just an example. So you see that it adds the code here, the year, the description, and the funds. And then we see here that the fiscal year is 21-22. You can also add either the same budget from the prior year for that fiscal year or add new budget items. And you do that for each budget line item. After you enter your budget, you go to supporting documents. We have some guidance text here for you all. Please download the signature page, complete it, and then upload it in the box below. So use this link to download the signature page that's hosted on the Chancellor's Office website. Please fill it out, and then you're going to click Add Document, Browse, add an optional comment. When you browse, you're going to click the file, and then you're going to click Upload Document. And then here you're just going to add your college or district contact list, the CEO, CIO, CTE Dean, faculty for business, faculty for humanities, and faculty for STEM. Any additional pilot project team members, and the supporting cast, so academic senate president, communications, public relations, workforce development, counseling department, director of foundation, student support services, and associated student president. And their role, name, title, email, and phone. Please note that the additional pilot project team members is optional, but the other 2 tables here must be completed. We do have an error stepper here that will show you what needs to be filled out if you see incomplete. This is the meat of the application. So here are the written responses that we ask for you to provide a narrative towards. It's about 14 questions. They're each capped at 2,500 characters. And if you need help with any guidance for these specific questions, please refer to the RFA. Some do have guidance texts, such as question number 3, where we define cross-disciplinary faculty teams for you all. But to submit this application, simply just enter your responses into this portion of the NOVA I3 pilot. Once you've submitted everything into the different workflows, you're going to go to next, preview and submit, and this will give you a preview of all the data and all the steps you've completed. On the left hand side, you should have all of these showing as completed, and then you'd be able be able to hit submit. So once you hit submit, like I mentioned, you can unsubmit up until the deadline if you need to make changes, but you need to make sure that this is in a submitted state by 5 p.m. You can also share what you have completed. Click share, enter a recipient. They must be in Nova for them to receive the email. And you can add comments. Hey, check this out. Let me know if this is completed. Click OK, and then Nova will send that over to your colleagues. That's all we have for you today. I hope that this process is simple, easy to follow. If you have further questions, please do not be afraid to reach out and email the WED memo um, inbox, or you can also click help here down on the bottom left and submit a support request and simply wait for it to load and simply put in your information, first name, last name, organization, email, and then tell us what's going on that you need that if you need troubleshooting with the I3 application. Thank you.